Heyo guys, Mochiko Mizuame here, and today we're continuing the Dofus tutorial. To kick off this episode, I'd like to refer back to a couple of things that we discussed in the previous episode. So, let's revisit the feature that makes map navigation easier, especially during combat. To access this feature, simply click on the cog icon at the top right of the screen to take you to Settings. Select Features, and the first section called Map is where you can activate the grid option. You also have a minimap which can have a grid option as well. So this is your minimap, guys. To enable this feature, simply go into your settings again, select the menu, and under the World Map section, activate the minimap grid. One last thing, you also have map coordinates, which you can locate right over here. They're important when navigating your maps. If you'd like to display them at the top left, go to your settings, select Show Map Coordinates under the Features and Map option. Okay, let's do a quick fight, just to see what these little fireballs do. Keep in mind that from all the things that I've showed about combat, that you can also see which character plays first and goes second and such. I will show you guys how to activate that feature in a moment. First you go to Settings, Feature, and then you scroll down to Fight, and simply select Display the Order. Okay guys, let's take another fight to show the difference so that you can see the order of the fight. As you can see, there's a little 1, a little 2, and a 3. So I'll be playing first. I have the most initiative, and then this little fireball, and then this one. Okay. Let's do another fight. Alright, I think I'll just start right over there actually. So I didn't mention anything about the Koni before. I wanted to mention that when you cast the Koni, it gives the Aniripsa 2 extra AP. So where we have a base AP of 6 usually, with the 2 extra that he just gave, we now have 8 AP. So if I pass, which I'm just gonna do for the explanation, you'll see that we now have 8 AP. Aw, shame. Poor Koni. Okay, so then I also wanted to mention, if you scroll over these enemies, you can see what they're weak to. So their resistance is strong to fire, and I think that's air. And this one also, and then this one is actually resistant against water. So for these two, we will be using a water spell. I hope they don't hurt. They're gonna come for the Koni again. Oh no. Okay, so now we know that they're weak to water, so we're gonna use our water spell. Alright. I'd like you guys to also keep in mind spell AP. So basically by having 8, we can now cast this only twice. And something like Wounding Word, which is normally 4 AP, would only be casted once with only 6 AP. But with the 8 AP we have, we can now cast that spell twice. So keep that in mind, guys. Oh yeah, this guy is resistance to water, so if we attack him, we'll see it does way less than it did earlier. But he is weak to everything else, so we can use a fire spell, which left him at 1 HP, which is unfortunate. But the point stands that he is weaker to the other elements. Alright, you gotta go, bro. Alright, and we also leveled! Yay! Okay, I'm gonna do another fight with you guys. Let's take 2 of them on to show a little bit more about spell usage. So yeah, I'm gonna start right over here. I don't think you can check them beforehand, which is a bit sad actually. I think Walkthrough works completely differently and you can actually open up a little window, but you'll see that when I get to the Walkthrough tutorial. Alright, so let's check the weaknesses. We can use fire spells and we can use air spells. And the same for that one, that actually works out. So as you can see, we have 6 AP right now, so we can only use Wounding Word once. I just wanted to show you guys that again. But since it's 4 AP if we cast Koni, which gives 2 AP plus, we can definitely use it twice in the next turn. So I'm going to kill him with a fire spell, because he's weak to fire and air. And then this guy we can now attack twice with the 4 AP spell, because we now have 8 AP. If you guys are following along, if I'm going a bit too quickly, I do apologize. There you go! Alright guys, so I think we should take a look at our characteristics, because I have not put my points into anything yet. I wanted to talk to you guys about it before we continue. So, we can put our points in Vitality if we wanted to, Agility, which is air spells, Chance, which is water, Strength, which is earth, and Intelligence, which is fire. Then we've also got Wisdom, but for any Ripsas, I'm fairly sure you won't put your spells there, unless you want to put them there to level up quite quickly if it's like an alternate account or something. So yeah, if you put them in Vitality, that's just health points, so your health will increase. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, since I didn't exactly click and show you guys how you can change your HP, but I told you guys in episode 1 about it. So if you click on this little heart, it displays your HP in a different way, so whichever way you choose, you can change it to. I personally prefer this one. So if you read all of this and look at the spell elements, you'll be able to figure out which one would be best suited for the class that you chose. So if we go down to Intelligence, it increases fire damage and heals. And since my class is a healer, it would only make sense for me to put my points into Intelligence. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all 20 points into Intelligence, guys. And there we go. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section down below if you guys have questions. But I'm going to move on to the spell section actually, and we're going to talk a bit about that. So let's talk a little bit about spells and spell mechanics. And if you remember how to open it, you can either press S on the shortcut bar, or you can click on this little wand. Okay, so these are the upcoming spells that Danny Ripsa has. And these are the ones I already have that are highlighted, and these ones are the ones I still need to unlock as I level. At level 6, I'll get Frightening Word, and at level 10, I'll get Stimulating Word, which will give us more AP, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Okay, let's read a little bit about class mechanics of an Anuripsa. So, their base focus is healing. Depending on the spells they use, Anuripsas have various ways of healing their allies or themselves. Healing as a percentage of the target's maximum vitality. Utility spells. Healing based on intelligence and healing stats. Fire spells. Healing done with a 2-cell radius around the caster, the amount of which is based on the damage dealt by the caster. Air spells. Healing done within a 2-cell radius around the target, the amount of which is based on the damage dealt by the caster. Water spells. Okay, just to point it out to you guys, so these are the fire spells, the red ones. And then the air spells are these green ones. Then we've got water spells, the blue ones. Okay, so here's a nice little summary of what Stimulating State does. So I'm just going to read it out to you guys. Aniripsas have several improvement spells that apply the stimulated state to their allies. This state can improve the effectiveness of certain Aniripsa spells, or be used on several targets instead of just one. If several Aniripsas are in the same fight, they can't apply the stimulated state to each other, nor can they stack it on their allies. However, an Aniripsa can summon their Koni to enter the stimulated state, gaining 2 AP as long as the Koni is alive. So just to clarify, the Koni only gives 2 AP to the Aniripsa, the caster. It's not going to give any AP to your allies. Okay, just to make it clear, so as far as I understand the descriptions, Friendship Word, or the Koni, doesn't give any AP to your allies, but it only gives 2 AP to the Aniripsa, the caster. But Stimulating Word is a spell that you can use on your allies or other summons, depending on how you use it, but it doesn't affect the Aniripsa, and as far as I can see, it doesn't give 2 AP to the Aniripsa, which is actually something it used to do, so excuse my confusion just a little bit, guys. I am fairly new to this again, just like you guys, so I'm learning as I'm going as well. Alright, so AP reduction and MP reduction. I'm going to just read through these last 2 points with you guys, and then we'll move on. Aniripsas can use some of their spells to remove dodgeable action points. The removed action points cannot be regained through Unbewitchment. You'll learn about their debuffing and buffing qualities. Okay, so MP reduction. Aniripsas can use some of their spells to remove dodgeable movement points. The removed movement points cannot be regained through Unbewitchment. Alright, so once again, those kinds of things, the Unbewitching will become more clear when you actually use the spells yourself. Alright, let's read a little bit more about the spells that the Aniripsa has right now at least. So we have Alternative Word, which costs 3 AP, and it inflicts fire damage on enemies and heals allies. It can do up to 14 to 16 heal and 9 to 11 damage. And critical hits you can see for yourself. Alright, then we also have Wounding Word, which is a 4 AP costing spell. Allies near the caster within 2 cells are healed of up to 100 of the damage inflicted, and the effect is 12 to 14 air damage. Forbidden Word is a 3 AP costing spell. Allies near the target within 2 cells are healed up to 100 of the, so it's the same as Wounding Word. It's also 10 to 12 water damage. As for the spell ranges, you guys can check that out yourselves. 1 to 4 is for Forbidden Word, Wounding Word is 1 to 6, and then Alternative Word is 1 to 4, which is way more clear when you're actually in a fight, so we will do that in a second. Let's just look at Friendship Word for a moment. Okay, Friendship Word summons the Koni, and we have learned that summoning a Koni heals allies and as well as the caster, and it applies the stimulated state to its summoner as long as it's alive. So once the Koni dies, the AP goes away. If cast when the Koni is on the field, it teleports the Koni to the targeted cell, and then it removes all of its MP. Okay, so I think we should stop reading about all these things, because you guys can read the spells and what they do by yourselves. I think it's best that I just show you what everything does real quick. I'm going to say Frightening Word is a pretty cool spell. It repels your targets, so this will be a fairly nice spell to have when you're on a smaller map. This is a big map, so it's not a big problem. As you guys can see, there's quite a lot of space for the characters to be attacked from. Let me just show you. See, the Koni starts at the bottom here, or we've had some other maps as well. Whereas some maps can actually be as small as this area that I'm going to be pointing out right now, and being able to escape from your enemy is quite nice, so Frightening Word is a really nice spell. Anyways, we were talking about the Koni, so yes, to show you guys what they mean with it heals allies. We'll have to get damage for that first, but I can show you the stimulated state. So she just gave me 2 AP. Alright, so now we have 8 AP again, as I've shown in previous fights. And what else have we read? Okay, so if we cast the Coney again, then it'll teleport it to the new spot. If we put it here, and then it'll not be able to move, and that one disappears. So we're just recasting the Coney basically. So as you guys see, it has no MP. It can't go anywhere. Alright, now let's look at the resistance of the enemy. So what we want to be using is a fire spell for 2 of these at least. So we'll be using alternative word, but we're nowhere near range. So we're just gonna wait a little bit. Alright, what I wanted to show about the ranges, so wounding word is 1 to 6 modifiable range. So we still can't reach, and it's the spell that actually can reach the furthest. Then we've got alternative word, which only has a reach of 1 to 4. And forbidden word, which has the same 1 to 4. Alright, let's get our fire spell ready. That is not the right one, that's our air spell. Okay, so we need to be 1 closer. Yes, and now we can attack him. So as you can see, the 10 to 12 damage, if I remember. Oh, it's, yeah, 9 to 11, so we're lucky because we did 11. And then we can do it again, and pass. And then this one, if I remember correctly, was, can we look at him here? Yeah, we can. He's weak to fire as well. Oh, all of them. Okay. Alright. And let's just kill this little guy as well. Okay, so I also just wanted to point it out to you guys, if you ever want to play and you want to play in solo mode so that no one can bother you, you can activate it here actually. Or you can make it private, you can go on away, or you can go back onto available. I'm personally doing this because I'm making a tutorial for you guys. So yeah, nobody can interact with me right now. And then I also wanted to show you guys where the emotes are. They're right down here, the little smiley. So these are your emotes. We only have sit right now, and then we've got these little, those are moving emotes. These are positive, negative, and miscellaneous. They're quite cute and adorable. So you can look through them. And yes, we have the sit option, which is, or the sit command, which is / or / sit. So we just type in / and sit. And then our character sits. Or you can open up this little emote bar and just press it. And your character can also sit. But I prefer to type / sit. And then our character sits or stands up, depending on what we were doing. Okay, let's do one more fight, guys, and then we're gonna end the video. Alright, let's try to recall everything that we learned in this episode. We're gonna cast the Coney only once, because that's all we need. And let's look at the resistance of each of them. Oh, these guys are quite tough. Interesting. But as you can see, the resistance looks different on these guys. Probably because they're higher level. I didn't look actually before I took the fight, I'm so sorry. Yeah, these guys actually have minus resistance, so that's really good. That's a really good example for you guys to show the different kinds of resistance and things. That guy's number 5, so he is weak to water, actually. I don't think I'll be able to reach him. No, our water spell is not that ranged. We can definitely reach him now, so I think we'll kill him. Yes, that was very lucky. And then these guys are weak to water as well, but air as well, so the green and the blue. But we can also use an earth spell, but we don't have any earth spells yet, as you guys can see. We only have Wounding Word, which is the air spell, Alternative Word is the fire spell, and Forbidden Word is the water spell. Alright, I already kind of forgot. What did I say? That happens when you have a million things that you want to share with your viewers. Alright, let's kill this guy. And then this last one. Easy, easy. And we didn't even get damaged. Oh hey, we leveled up! And again, the goddess approves. Okay guys, that's the end of episode 2. Thank you so much for watching and for all the support you guys have been giving me. I appreciate you so much. Please do leave a comment down below. And if you have any questions, please do ask. Until the next video, bye guys!